All right, guys, check it out. This is a 2011 Ford Transit Connect. This is the 2011. It's the XL model. So here's where we're at. This is an alternator change. The voltage regulator on my alternator failed, so I had to pretty much remove the alternator. I haven't seen any videos of anybody showing how to get this alternator out without having to remove the axle. So here it is, guys. I'm gonna be the guy. So you don't need to pretty much remove the axle. Here's the evidence. I just removed the alternator, old alternator. No axle has been removed or nothing. I will show you in basic words, basic steps how to do it real quick. You have to take this heat shield off. I don't have it here, I have it inside the vehicle, but there's a heat shield around this exhaust manifold. You have to disconnect the fuel lines from this thing, right? From this thing, right? And you have to put this to the side. You don't even have to take it all the way off, but just put it to the side. Obviously remove the serpentine belt. And yeah, this should be enough. I didn't remove the axle. I did not disengage the motor mount either. So you don't have to do none of those. Is it hard? It's really uncomfortable if you don't have the correct tools. You're gonna need some long sockets. You're gonna need an E8 to remove some screws in the alternator. But pretty much you can take it out all the way up here, you know, from here, and then pull it up here. The thing that bothers you while you're taking it out from up here is this AC hoses over here, because they are stiff. They don't move easily. They're stiff, so you got to apply some pressure to them. You gotta be careful not to bend too much. These fuel lines, these are the metal. Well, there's plastic. There's this point is plastic. This one's metal, so don't break them. And pretty much, you know, that's it. You know, if you take this thing off, you disconnect the fuel lines, you take the heat shield off, you're gonna be able to access the screws that go behind the alternator, which are these two bad boys. You need an E8 to take these two off, an E8 socket, which is this one over here. Let me show you that socket. And yeah, pretty much there's 3 screws. Let me show you. One of them goes in here, right? The other one goes down here, and then this bastard goes over here. So pretty much this screw that goes up here, you take it out from the top. So you have to pretty much maneuver your wrist up there to be able to take it off. And the worst part, and the most difficult in the entire project, the most difficult thing in the entire project was to take these 2 other screws off, the ones that go down below, this one, these 2, right? Because there's barely any space down here, so that's why people remove the axle. But I was not gonna go through all of that, so you have to pretty much put your hand, hold on, I don't have enough light, hold on, there we go. So you have to put your hand behind this through here, right, behind the steering rack and pinion and the axle, and through here put your hand inside here to be able to access the alternator that goes in this space where my fingers are. And from here you have to put the freaking the ratchet, and millimeter, centimeter by centimeter, you twist it around up there. Look at what this angle is. It's a fucking bastard. But that's how you do it from down there. And that's the hardest part, taking those 2 screws off from down there. But yeah, there it is, guys. Alternator's out. I'm gonna put the new one in. Didn't have to lift the engine or remove the motor mount. Didn't have to remove the axle, because I definitely didn't want to go through all that mess. So what else can I tell you? That's pretty much it, guys. I mean, the whole thing about this is that since you don't want to remove the axle to simplify yourself and you don't do all that project, you're gonna be uncomfortable doing this. You know, your hand is gonna be in a really bad angle trying to take the screws off without ratchet. So, but besides that, there you go. There's the evidence. This is the guy that went bad, and we're gonna put a new one in. And yeah. And here we go, guys. Here's the new alternator on. I still need to put the serpentine belt in there. And that's it. We put it back in all the way through here, being careful not to break these plastic fuel lines. And no screws were left, so that means that everything was put back together how it should. I still need to put this back together, but from now on is easier stuff. Something that will happen that you can expect is the screws, either these ones or the other two ones down here that hold this heat shield in place, they will break because they will be super rusted, and those are screws that are in constant high heat, so you can expect them to break. I wouldn't say it's too biggie, but that might then start rattling, making noise later on, and you might have to just remove it overall. The clips over here are plastic. Mine broke, the one that attached this heat shield over there, they broke, so we're just gonna find other clips later on and put them on. And yeah, here's the old alternator. I bought the Duralast Gold because I wanted a good alternator that would last for a while, and since my vehicle has many mods, it has a higher electricity demand, I would say. And yeah, guys, you don't need to you don't need to remove the axle. You don't need to even remove the lift the engine up with by removing the mount, guys. So I'm hoping that my words are some type of relief, and I hope this video is some type of relief and of big value and help to you, because I wish I would have had a video like this when I started doing this. So I remember I was looking at a video about somebody doing this, and the moment they mentioned you had to remove the axle, I thought that it was like a mistake or an error that they did. I was like, remove axle? What does that have to do with the alternator? And when I saw up to all the way to the end of the video, I was like, oh, heck nah. I was like, I do not want to remove that axle. Like, there must be another way. So that was my reaction. Probably, if you're watching this video, is because you're looking to an alternative as of how to do this without having to remove the axle. So hopefully this video makes your day or your night or whatever time you're on. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Like if this was helpful, and good luck doing this. I mean, you got this. That's all I can say. It requires a lot of patience, and yeah, a lot of patience. All right, guys, I'm out.